Welcome to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, the big, butch, manly pop culture podcast that really hopes Michael Rapaport gets murdered. On the show. On the show.
On the show.
On the show. I'm Andrew Wheeler.
And I'm Shane Holland.
And we are talking about the first 3 episodes of Traitors US, Season 4. Celebrity Traitors, really, but they don't call it that. We're going to talk about all the ins and outs. Shane, how are you feeling about this new season of the US Traitors?
Look, I love the format of the Traitors. It works, right? Let's start off on that positive. The show works. And did I laugh in that first episode really hard? Yeah, I did. Because these people are so ridiculous in comparison to
Real people.
The real people. Let's call them that. God, I mean, I just want to jump in. Like, it's so hard watching these two shows in parallel. In particular, I wish it was separated, like we finish one and then go into the next, because it
Absolutely.
is a straight up repetition. And not just in like, oh, we're watching the Traitors again, but the challenges are the same. The secret traitor is the same.
Yes.
And the differences are striking, but not in the way you want.
Yeah, no, the comparison does not favor the US Traitors at all. So it always feels like you're watching just a worse version of the same show with worse people.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed these 3 episodes, and I don't want to harp on it for what I personally feel like they do wrong, which is a celebrity version of the show. At this point,
Yeah.
that's never going to change in the US version.
Yeah.
And we do get some amazing things because of this. Alan Cumming is one of the most dynamic on television in any competition reality show. Serving looks like you've never seen before, and he just has this like amazing wit about him, and the little flourishes and touches he does. Like, Claudia will take the picture off the wall and be like, "Poor Reese, we hardly knew ye," and pet it. And Alan will take the picture off the wall and be like, "Rob, well, say goodbye," smash. And like, that's fun. That's a really fun part of the job that he gets to do.
They do both break the first picture, but yes, Claudia's always a little more regretful about it.
Yeah.
I think we do get to see, first of all, there's so much more budget in the US version of the Traitors. Like there's animated on-screen graphics and things like that.
Wild.
Crazy. Didn't know that could happen. There's also Alan's wardrobe budget alone.
Oh my God. The wardrobe.
That's true.
It's incredible. Everyone has a
wardrobe for
stylist and makeup artist.
Yeah. And Alan must have a hairstylist on set at all times because he is changing his hair with every look at the moment. I didn't think the coffin look was that convincing. I got to say, that one was a bit of a flop.
Yeah, a little flop.
But he's delivered enough toots to justify a few boots. I think the fact that we're seeing these back-to-back, the fact that we're seeing these shows back-to-back also means that things that I thought were just happenstance on the UK thing, like the secret traitor being revealed so quickly, or the breakfast round table, I thought those things were a product of just circumstance, and we're seeing them repeated. So maybe they were always by design, and that surprised me.
Yeah. We literally just talked about how the production feels like it's in the hands of the players. And now I'm walking that
UK.
back. I'm taking it all in the UK. I'm taking it all back. It is so clearly set up from the very beginning. I feel like if the show was the traitor and I am the faithful, I am sitting at that round table like, what did I do? What did I say?
Maybe you'd be sitting at the children's table because you noticed they had to put in a children's table for breakfast.
Poor Monet and Lisa. I mean, great table. Who wouldn't want to sit at that table? so much filler in those lips. How any of them are able to eat anything real. I mean, the
Oh, I
other thing about
know.
the US is you don't see them eating as much as you do on the UK.
They're not excited about it, that's for sure.
No, not that. Oh my God, the way that the UK players come into that room, like breakfast, and we get like glamour shots of the drizzle on the pancakes. And here you might get like a Rob shoving his face full of a croissant and then never to be seen again.
Just banished on those grounds alone.
Yeah.
Carbs. Let's talk about the traitors. We have 3 public traitors, I suppose, or, audience-facing traitors in Lisa Rinna, Rob, R, and Candice. And then we have a secret traitor. Spoiler, everyone. The secret traitor is Mama Donna Kelsey. What a choice.
So my first thought is she's a celebrity, but I am not part of that world. If you're a Swiftie, don't come after me. Like I know nothing about any of that. And when it was announced that Travis Kelsey mom is going to be on the show, I was like, okay, like have we run out of celebrities who want to be on this show?
I mean, we already had Zac Efron's brother. Come on now.
But that was a revelation. Donna Kelsey, unfortunately,
Not really
was
made for
nothing.
TV.
Not made for TV, was spotted for who she was instantly. And it felt like a waste of the secret traitor again in the space of 2 weeks. Like,
I wonder if they thought she'd be a Fiona type, because Fiona, we were just talking about, Fiona is that motherly, sweet type, and she was a lot of fun as a traitor, if nothing else.
yeah.
And maybe they thought Mama Kelsey would be the same way, but yeah, I don't even know actually what made her suspicious, because I didn't see her do anything that I could think of. It just surprised me how everyone thought it was her. I thought a lot of gay people sitting around that table are not going to be invited to the wedding they want to be invited to based on how they treated Mama Kelsey. But turns out they were right. So
I mean, yeah, I still don't think they're going to get invited to that wedding. Something tells me.
yeah, no.
Okay, positive gay representation across the board in every season of the Traitors I've ever seen. Always incredible. And here we have some of the most well-known gays in Hollywood. I mean, we've got Monet, we've got Colton Underwood, sure. We've got Johnny Weir. We've got a lot of queers.
I'm assuming, Yam Yam, is it pronounced?
Jam Jam. Oh my God, yes. Some of my favorite Survivor players of all time. Jam Jam, Natalie. Natalie is one of the, she was in a season where it was an all-female finale. She was in a season where they pitted loved ones against each other, and her twin went out in the first episode, and Natalie went on to win the whole thing. What such an amazing Survivor story she has. So to see her again, I was super, super excited. I absolutely love her. I love having her back on my TV. I'm rooting for Natalie. And she pairs up with Monet in the last episode. And that is a team that I am rooting for to go right to the end. This is a season where I want the faithful to win. Oftentimes I find myself rooting for the traitors. I mean, Bob's looks aside, I don't really care for the Traitors here.
Rob is being better at this. I mean, he's basically the one holding it together for the Traitors. And yet at that first Traitors turret meeting, when his name was on the list, he genuinely looked like he thought he might be executed.
Yeah. Have you seen the show?
He seemed very uncertain about how it works, which is adorable.
Should I be watching Love Island? Because I love the Love Island contestants on this show.
It's a lot of television, honestly. Love Island would be all your free time. So I would caution against it.
Yeah.
You do not have that. Candice throwing a conga line to distract from the killing in plain sight. Thank God they killed Rob C immediately, because almost concurrently that was the plain sight thing.
That wasn't even the plain sight thing. That was the weirdest distraction choice ever. How can I bring the most attention on myself. It was a wild choice. It was hilarious. And Rob successfully called it out immediately. I mean, also pour one out for Rob Cesternino, another classic Survivor player who has built a media empire on his short-lived time on that show, and who probably deserved more of a shot at the Traitors, but was rightfully sussed out as like, oh, this is the one who will solve everything if we don't get rid of him right away.
It's rough for people who are, the gamers now increasingly, it seems like, are just targeted straight from the get-go, because if you're a Real Housewife, how are you going to outplay someone that plays social games, you know? Not that they don't play social games on Real Housewives, but the bar is low.
Andrew, have you seen a Housewives? The bar is pretty high.
Okay, I admit ignorance to the Housewives, but I don't think they're doing what the survivors are doing.
No, okay, that is fair. They're all starving for different reasons.
Yes, so true. And honestly, like Rob and Lisa Rinna, actress, her husband is Harry Hamlin, playing chess or not playing chess and having the most torturous conversation. This one? This is a queen. Like, Rob, do you actually know how to play chess? Because this was a terrible ruse.
I mean, did you not think that Tara Lipinski, who also on the season, by the way, incredible.
By the way,
she sits there and starts watching them. Like, as a player, I would be like, what's going on here? What aren't they saying? Why are they saying so much of nothing? Like, I would have just sat there the entire time to make them sweat.
She must have gained something from that. I mean, we haven't seen it come up, but boy, I feel like Rob C died so that Tara Lipinski could skate, you know?
God. uh okay. The challenges being a repeat from what we have just seen mere days ago on the UK makes it so much harder to get through the challenges. At first, like the first time you see a challenge, you're like, wow, cool, something I've never seen before, a really unique way to add to the prize pot, to hand out the shields, which was a revelation in the UK this season. Like, we have so many shields go around, and now you're actually competing for them. And then to like sit through it again, and like I was just like, okay, come on, we can speed this up. This episode doesn't need to be an hour and 10 effing minutes.
Yeah. And the way they treat shields, I was just praising the shield innovation, the twist of the shields being a great way for the faithful to exert some control in the UK version. But here, everyone is such a terrible narcissist and so entitled that it destroys any kind of tactical advantage they might get from the shields, because they are all thinking about themselves, and no one more so than the devil himself. The schlub piece of trash that is Michael Rapaport. I mean, why does that man have such an ego? He is nothing. He is no one. He's a nasty...
You ask him, he's a god.
Yeah. He's just the nastiest, bigoted little man.
Obnoxious little man. Oh, he's like...
And he's being that on the show.
Yeah, he's the worst version of himself. And I don't think the real version of himself is any better.
I know.
But the way he inserts himself into every conversation and distracts the entire, like, he just derails the game every time he opens up his mouth. And sometimes I love when the game gets derailed. That's how we got that amazing Fiona Rachel moment in episode 5 of the UK. But here, there's no positive outcome to his rambling, ranting, raving, narcissistic mess.
I would never have put him on this show based on the fact that he is a misogynist, a racist, a homophobe. And like, you're putting him in a room with all these other people that represent, you know, a diversity of American culture. Even if some of those people are also maybe racist or misogynist or homophobe, they're at least not as gleeful about it. Whereas this man is provocatively bigoted. So he was always a bad choice, but he's not rewarding the risk they took in getting him on there. He's absolutely making the show worse through his presence. And the way he's yelling at Jam Jam to give him his shield because he deserves it. Like, what are you talking about, man? You say you're a fan of the show. How do you not know how the show works? How is he surviving the round tables? Like, what is happening here? Are the producers keeping him in somehow?
That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
They want, or now I'm speaking as if I know the production, but it feels like they want to keep him around because he adds some unknown element to the mix. And God, it's so hard to not compare them. They're airing them back to back. In the UK, we don't need a big personality to create incredible television moments. We just need to like watch these people interact. And that stuff comes naturally. When you have someone who is intentionally throwing everything into the fire to watch it explode, it isn't fun. It's not fun for me. And I don't know who it's fun for. There must be someone out there who's craving this, but I don't know them and I don't want to.
Yeah. Like, we don't need a Trumpian character on the Traitors. We want the Traitors to be a way to get away from this ubiquitous truth that we're living with. Yeah, someone kill that man in the show.
In the show, yeah. So the secret room, huh?
Yeah, what? They can just walk in there anytime? What the hell?
Why are we not using the secret room so liberally in other countries' versions of the show? Because the way that we just treat it like another room is absurd. It should be a secret room, and the like using it to have a private 30-second conversation that goes nowhere feels like a betrayal of the point of a secret room.
Yeah, either everyone should know or no one should know. I mean, I suspect it just isn't available to the UK cast. Why it's available to these people, I do not know.
Well, I feel like because it was introduced, I want to say last season for the first time, or maybe in the season just before that. And
I think it was the Shield Room before that, maybe.
Yes, right, of course. And the way it was used gave it like it was exciting. It was revealed to be there, and there was a point to going there. And we had some amazing moments, and even the last US version of the show, where like they had to get to the secret room and not get caught, and they did get caught, and they managed to talk their way out of it. That was good. But then to like, I guess because we now know it exists, it's just another place to go and peel off from the large group. I don't know. It just feels so much less satisfying than it was when it was first presented to us. And that is how you could say that sums up my feelings about this version of the show.
Yeah. It's overproduced and it doesn't actually challenge them enough to bring their game to the show, I feel like. It's so manufactured. I just want to shout out, I know Colton is a problematic person. He treated his ex appallingly badly. He was going through a psychotic episode. I condemn how he behaved, and I also accept that he was going through a lot. He's a dodgy person to have on this show, but he's no Michael Rapaport. But his confessional look with the blue cardigan and the white shirt underneath, astounding. Honestly, this is a Shane Hollander moment. He has hired a stylist, and the stylist is working him out.
Oh my God. The way that my jaw dropped seeing that like high collar and the jeweled buttons and this beautiful shade of blue cardigan. And
stunning.
I mean, he's a very attractive man.
He is a very attractive man.
He's very attractive. And you know what? God, who hasn't had a psychotic break? You know? Hi.
This is what I'm saying. Like, be a little forgiving of the fact that we're all mad here.
Yeah. So, you know what? I'm actually really enjoying him on this program. Yeah. I'm not very familiar with the Bachelor universe. I am aware
no, me either.
Of his time on it. Of how could you not? It was such like huge news for the like contestant or like the Bachelor to come out as gay. That must have been such a high pressure situation. Anyone who has been forced out of the closet can tell you that it is like the most uncomfortable place to exist. It is not fun. So I am forgiving of that part. And I think this is good rehabilitation for his image. And it makes me excited to see more of him. I'm not standing by what he did.
But he has owned it. He's said repeatedly that it was terrible. He has apologized to Cassie, his ex. People have to be given chances in this world. So we will see.
Michael Rapaport.
Except Michael Rapaport. Well, and also, like, there's that thing of, oh, well, he's a handsome, white, tall American man.
Football player.
Like, well, we have to give them second chances. And it's like, I hope I would be as forgiving of people in other... I want Jussie Smollett on this show, honestly. So, bring on the second chances.
What a fantastic casting choice. Traitors, if you hear this, please do this for us.
Bring Jussie Smollett back. It would annoy the Michael Rapaports of the world so much.
Oh my God. Who else do I want to talk about? I mean, Dorinda that gets a second shot at the game. She's there.
And survived.
And she survived. And it was actually really sweet, like seeing how excited she was that she wasn't eliminated right away this time around. That felt good. Candace, from all accounts, a terrible human being. I learned today that she's literally had her head dragged against a table, like glasses flying everywhere because of her behavior on her season of The Housewives. But damn it, is she good to you?
Is she the one that was in the White House? Like, which White House was she in? The one I'm thinking? Yikes.
Yikes. Yeah, it's not good. I mean, the wild thing about the US is that you can have like Monet Exchange talking to Michael Rapaport and Candace. There's room for everyone.
So unfortunate. I want to call out Tiffany Mitchell because I think she is gorgeous and she looks like a child reporter detective. All her looks are so cute and amazing. Yes. And yeah, she looks like she should be sneaking around the corridors in the middle of the night with a giant magnifying glass and a dog. And I love that energy.
One of my favorite Big Brother contestants too. Like, we have so many great reality TV stars on this season. Why did we have to ruin it with him?
Yeah, there's a lot of, and I mean, I would take, I like that there seemed to be more of a blend of different places, even a person from One Tree Hill, like you said, room for everybody. I just think it does get a bit oversaturated with Real Housewives sometimes,
There's only 5 of them, but others, I feel
like more.
It feels like there's more. They make sure that there's at least 5 of them at all times.
Oh boy, do they ever.
Andrew, I know you'll never watch it. It has become an obsession, and I think it is incredible television for Real Housewives. I am a Salt Lake City girl, and I cannot wait for one of my Salt Lake City girlies to show up on this show, and please let it be Mary Cosby.
I've heard so many good things. I used to love listening to Bitch Sesh. Even though I never watched Real Housewives, I loved their coverage of it. But I just need to hold on to that piece of my soul. It might be the last piece I have. So, sorry.
That's fair. I gave mine away. I sold my soul years ago. This is my penance.
So cheaply.
But for nothing. What did I get out of it?
Ulcers. All right. Anything else you'd like to add?
Look, I'm going to watch until the end. I'm not going to stop watching this show. And I still want to see how it turns out. I'm excited for some of these players to go all the way. I really love Jam. I love Monet. I love Tiffany. There's so many great people here, and it's cool to see so much queer representation. So I'm going to stick around, and I'm going to gripe about it, get used to that. But I'm okay.
I just need Michael Rapaport to go. It just has
He's
to
not
happen
long
soon.
for this world. Like, they're not going to, there's no way that the people in that house are going to put up with his bullshit for that much longer. He's too much of a distraction for the faithfuls.
Yeah. Even if I thought he was a faithful, 100% faithful, I would vote for him at the round table every time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we didn't even mention Ron Funches, who is an amazing comedian and has gotten, has had the worst luck in this game. He was so strong and so wrong right out of the gate. And he had like
Yeah.
evidence backing up his position. That was the worst part of it. It's like here's someone who slipped up and said they were a traitor, and she's legit like made a mistake, and
Yeah.
he latched onto it like it was the real deal. And that would be me playing this game. I would accidentally do that and get myself in the hot seat night after night because I really thought I had it pieced together.
Yeah. And Michael Rapaport made the same mistake, but at the round table in front of everyone, and he's just gonna fly by. Like, it's crazy to me.
I mean, that's the benefit of being the loudest voice in the room, I
Yeah.
guess, is that like you beat people into submission, and then you have Ron who is like not a loud voice and is
Yeah.
realizing that in real time in front of our eyes, and it just
Yeah.
makes you feel so bad for him. But I love him. And his like in the last moments where the players up for elimination get to say their save me or don't speech to the traitors before they get murdered face to face. Ron's like, you better kill me now or you will regret it. I was like, yeah, Ron, get it. Also in that same scene, Eric, the singer
Eric.
songwriter, who is fucking gorgeous, he does a taken speech. I have a very particular set of skills. Eric, what? You're a singer-songwriter. You are not Liam Neeson.
You are a tiny slip of a man. I mean, you could maybe help me get a boot on. Like, that's about it. I think Eric did great commentary. I think he's really fun.
Yeah.
I hope Eric and Ron both survive because they are both two of the most entertaining people in an
Agreed.
intelligent, thoughtful way in that
Yes.
house.
Yeah. If it were me, I would be getting rid of the housewife, the real housewife of Dubai. I can't remember her name. I want to
Right.
say Candace?
Caroline.
Caroline?
Caroline.
Caroline. Yes. She's that would be a good move for the housewife traders to get the heat off of them because they've been very
Yeah.
public about sticking together, and as the housewives on the show always are. But that's like, well, the housewife wouldn't murder a housewife, but then I mean, is that the double bluff that everyone would catch on to? We'll see.
And there are two housewives among the three traitors, right? So
That was crazy. That was cool. What a
that's such an
choice.
odd choice.
I mean, you have to think that he picked two housewives because he knew that, like, one of them would go sooner than the other because historically they end up turning on each other instantly. But that doesn't seem to be what's happening this time around. So are we really going to go through this whole game with two housewives and Rob Roush?
Oh boy. And Rob Roush is the smart one? I mean,
God. You know what? I'm slowly changing my mind about this season. Maybe it's fucking brilliant.
we need to stop talking. It's this is not healthy. All right. It's one episode a week now, right?
I think so, unfortunately.
God, I hope. All right. So we will check back in with this show. I'm not exactly sure what our schedule is going to be. And of course, you can check out our episodes talking about the Traitors UK right now and also in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, plenty of Traitors content here on Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. We will see you all again soon. And until next time, kiss kiss.
Bang, bang.
If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe to this channel. You can follow Kiss Kiss Bang Bang on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Letterboxd at KKBBPod, or email us at kisskissbangbangpod@gmail.com.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is recorded in Toronto on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples.